Hey everyone, it's Coach Ron. Just my weekly YouTube post. Just want to thank everybody for their support, and I'll just kind of jump right into it. Um, just want to thank all the subscribers and stuff. If this is something that helps you, please let me know. We're up to 9 soldiers right there, strong man, subscribers. So I see you. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me a variety of different questions, but I'll just talk briefly about accommodation and why we do so many different things or different variations of things. So long and short of it, what we want to do in our main lifts is try to do variations of them so that our body never accommodates to them. So you're constantly chasing PRs either with a different bar, different accommodating resistance, different stance, etc. So, for example, the 3 main max effort lifts we do are a good morning variation, a deadlift variation, and a squat variation on max effort day. And we train everything concurrently, not to get off base, but we train speed strength, absolute strength, sprinkle in all the repetition method stuff or special strength stuff specific to my athletes. So, for example, on our good morning day, for example, on max effort, we will do a straight leg good morning, say. Say we're training at 90% plus. I won't get into Paralympics chart or anything, but 90% plus, you want to do between, we'll say 4 and 10 range-wise reps, 7 being optimal, and you want to train at 90% plus. Okay, and then ultimately plan out your sets to where you hit a new PR. And then the following week, I would say you could go the 3-week wave if you do it that way, but I would recommend the following week, especially for more trained athletes. If you're brand new, you can go 3 weeks, but for your more trained athletes, you want to rotate those exercises every week. So the very next week, we would either do a different good morning variation, say like bent leg or off a box, or we would do a totally different movement, maybe like a sumo deficit deadlift or something, and that would be our lower body max movement between that back squat, deadlift, and good morning. So you're always trying to vary it a little bit, whether you're varying it and putting on extra chain, or you're varying it and putting on extra band, or you're varying the stance, or you're varying the bar. So if you're going from safety squat bar, say on a squat, you can reverse the bar, which is kind of freaking just delicious on the neck and upper shoulders. I do that with my wrestlers and football players. I reverse the bar on them quite a bit, man, and it really kind of torques down and kind of wants to fold you up like a taco through your upper back and everything. So you can go safety squat bar, you can reverse it, you can go cambered bar, you can go straight bar in the front, flat. Every week, just mix it up, and that way your body never gets used to it, and then you hit a PR that week and you never revisit that movement again if you're doing it the right way for months. So that's with regards to accommodation, and then depending on your athlete and their skills or their weaknesses, you throw in the special needs. Like if we're doing lower body, since I'm giving the example of a max effort lower body day, I'm sprinkling in glutes, low back, hamstrings as well. Okay, and maybe even abs. I'll do abs on an upper body day if it's dynamic effort or max effort. I'm pretty much hitting like reverse hyper and abs like all the time, and that's just because you use them all the time for stability and power generation and stuff. So I'll sprinkle those in. So if, say, one of my athletes, you have 2 athletes that both say squat 500 pounds, and one is really strong in the hamstrings and glutes but weak in the low back, and then the other athlete is weak in the low back or strong in the low back and weak in the hamstrings. Even though they both squat 500 or 600 pounds, or they're even, I have to give them different special exercises to shore up their weaknesses. So, get with a coach that knows what they're doing, can evaluate you, and I'll be honest with you, you might even be able to do it yourself if you have enough kinesthetic awareness to where you can do it, because I'll just tell you, if you really hate doing it and it really sucks while you're doing it, odds are that's probably your weak point. Okay? Not to ever let your strengths go, but you can kind of dabble in that and mess around with those. And then say for your low back, you hit reverse hypers. Well, on the next one for your glutes, low back, and hamstrings, maybe you're doing some sort of straight leg or Romanian deadlift or GHRs, glute ham raises, and you're doing variations of those, whether they're loaded, unloaded, and things like that. Okay, so just constantly vary it up, and you can do the same for upper body. Just fill in the blank, any pressing movement, and then the muscle groups that go along with that. So you always want to keep it varied. You always want to keep it different. And I always joke around with my athletes and say, when we come up to a new movement or something, I just say, hey man, that's your side guy or your side girl. Okay, that's a new person, man. You can, that totally new. Just do your thing. Okay, this isn't like you're not in a relationship. It's like a one night stand every week, and just get after it. So if that helps you, let me know. Not the one night stand stuff, but just the accommodation stuff. But that's why you see, like, a lot of people will be like, well, why are you carrying a ball right there? And then you got a harness on, and the other day you're carrying hand weights and ankle weights, and you got the belt around your waist when you're dragging sled or whatever it may be. That's just a way of doing very little different things so that your body never gets used to it, and your body will respond to the demands placed upon it. Okay, so if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, the Newton law of accommodation is going to take effect, and yeah, it's going to start to feel easier, but then you're not going to get any better. Okay, and you're not going to be chasing the PRs. Okay, so just something to think about. It's all about the PRs, man. So that's pretty much just a nutshell on accommodation and what you can do. If you got any questions, comment below. And we're looking to break double digits on the subscribers, so get it, a brother, man. Get them on the freaking train, and that's about it. So remember, guys, thumbs down, pinkies up. Be awesome. Peace.